Alright, so this is basically what I'm going to do to make this first title card for you. I'm just going to go slow and I'll just talk it out step by step what I do. And maybe you'll be able to get something from that. Basically, let's just start from the very beginning. Open up Photoshop. Obviously, first thing you want to do is click new, switch it from inches to pixels. You want 1280 width, 720 height. That's the recommended YouTube title card size is 1280 720. So make sure you got that on pixels, 1280 720. Call it like top and catchers 2. Hit OK. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to go out to the internet and let's grab a picture. So let's grab like so I type in St. Louis Cardinals Busch Stadium PNG. And the reason we want PNG is because PNG is like a bigger file, and when you make it bigger and smaller, it doesn't lose any quality. So maybe we get like this image right here. Go and I'll save it, and it's a PNG file. So we're good to go. Maybe we'll use that as the background. And we don't have to use this one either. I just want to show you that step. So now it's downloaded. I'm going to take it. I'm going to put it on there. Now it's got this stuff around it and it's in its own new layer. Just kind of like, putting different things on a screen. There's different layers. Now I can move it and do whatever with it. If I hit enter, it's there. Now if I want it, now that I have this layer selected over here, I can hit Control T and then I can move it again. As far as I can resize it when I hit Control T, and then I'll hold down Shift, and then Shift will keep it so it stays in the same. Shift will keep it. If I just pull it like this without holding Shift, it gets all wonky. But if I hold Shift, then I can move it. And then once I'm done with it, I hit enter. Now I can only move it at this point after I hit enter. Okay, let me get the right tool up here. I can only move it after I hit enter. I think this is what threw me off at first. It's like, why can't I resize it now? Like, I still can because I have the layer selected. But like, anytime you want to resize something, click the layer that it's on and hit Control T. That stands for free transform. And then you can move it to wherever you want. So yeah, there's, that. The other things, you just right click on stuff. You go to blending options. There's a lot of options here, but basically gradient overlay will change the colors. And you double click on that box, and then you see I got like a lot of them saved. You said you want kind of like yellowish orange, something like that. You can always edit these two little things right here, put in different colors that you want, and then I'll blend those two colors. And then once I'm done, always just hit enter. Text, same kind of deal. There's a couple things that you need to add in text that I add in text. You'll type in top 10 catchers. The font I use is this OBLX Pro regular. It's really popular on YouTube. It's got a really good look to it. I like to use exclamation points too, just because I think that works pretty well. So you put in top 10 catchers, and then click on another layer. And if you want to change the text, just double click on this T, and then you're back in there to change the text. But again, we're going to go to blending options, right click, blending options, and then stuff that you can do is, you can hit stroke, which is nice, make it kind of pop out a little bit. You can do a gradient overlay in there of the color. I've been using yellow a lot lately though, because I think yellow stands out really well. And then I use this outer glow of blue, and it just makes it pop out kind of nicely. So that's what I do there. For these images, we're going to go get PNGs again. Because it's top 10 catchers. We're going to go get Joe Mauer. And then, of course, we're going to type in PNG. And this is going to give us a couple of advantages. You notice once it's loaded up, it's got that checkered background. What that checkered background means is there's nothing behind them, so I don't have to go and do that. I can just save it. You want to save these type of files, so save that. I'll go to this, so I'll click out of that, and then I'll click this again, and it'll be right there for me. Go to Photoshop, drag, drop. You can see how it doesn't have that checkered background and he's not there. Or, he's there. I'll hit enter. Now he's on there. Here we go get Yadier Molina. And you just want to look for the checkered ones. Sometimes they'll have white, which isn't bad. Like, that'd be like more of an advanced thing. I could show you where you cut them out using this tool called Magic Eraser, but this will work fine for us because it's already done. Got your Molina will work. Could also just take it from right here now that it's saved and pull it on there. And again, when I resize this, I'm holding down Shift, and I hold down Shift so it stays even throughout the whole way. And I was planning on just doing 3, one here, one here, one here. And the other thing we want to put on is the MLB The Show logo, and we'll make that look a little bit better as well. So we'll go to who's another catcher? How about Brian McCann? And notice I gotta type in PNG. That's real important. That'll get us to what we want quicker. So let's take maybe this one of them. I don't know if you use Google Chrome or not, but that's what I use. And I'll go back to Photoshop. I'll drop them on there. Maybe make them a little bigger to kind of, line up everything. But once it's selected like this, I can't click on Yadi Molina. I gotta wait till I hit enter, and then he's on there. I can use this tool to move him. It has that nice pink line to make sure everything's lined up. So maybe I'll make him a little bit bigger to make him down to Yadier's feet or so. And the PNGs are nice. When you stretch them and you make them bigger, they won't lose any quality. JPEGs are small. JPEGs are designed to be as small as possible, and you lose pixels. PNGs, they don't lose pixels, but in turn, they're bigger files. So the last thing I want to do here is one thing. We need to find a place to make sure that we got the show on there so people know it's the show 16. So I have this PNG saved on my computer. This PNG right here of the logo, and just drop that on there. Resize it a little bit. I gotta find kind of a spot for it that looks nice. Yeah, place that there. Maybe we can do something like that. Kind of can see the field. Or we could put it like over here, something like that. Oops. So I got it. I'm not gonna go to blending options. And what I like to do is I just like to go and put an outer glow on it. Wow, that was really loud. Then I'll go and I like to put a white background on it. I think that looks good for it. That's it. It's all done. Pretty easy. It seems really easy to me. I bet it was pretty damn confusing because it took a lot of practice for me. And then there's just like little fucking, I don't know. Once you get the hang of it, it's easy as shit. But until you do, I know it's a pain in the ass. I really do. Because I fucking had problems with it for a long time. The final thing I do is I don't save it as a PNG. I save it as a JPEG because you only have so much room that you can use as far as YouTube. You can only upload a 2 megabyte file, so I use JPEG, and it really doesn't lose any quality because it's pretty much static. It's at 1280 by 720 that they want. So I'll save it as a JPEG. Now it's saved. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll hit stop recording now, and I'll show you the TED video later.